Hello.
Hi there. How,
Hi.
how are you, Alison?
I'm pretty good, just waking up for the day.
Oh yes. So which city are you in? Or
The nearest city to me would be Kelowna, BC, which is in the interior of BC, but I live in a small place called Oyama, just a tiny little blip on the map.
so your time zone is kind of Vancouver or Toronto or somewhere between?
Vancouver. We're
Vancouver.
Vancouver. We're
Vancouver.
about 4.5 hours from Vancouver, but
Oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah. So your West Coast time. Gotcha.
yeah,
Alrighty.
yeah. We're on West Coast time. Yeah, yeah. But
Now I'm afraid I've got a lot of information about you, but I've been talking and I'm knackered. But can I leave it to you? Your good self.
okay.
Yeah, but wait, tell us about
I'll
yourself. Tell us a bit.
I'll fill you in.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I did a project about neighbours. Originally, I am from the UK, and I really appreciated my neighbours because, like, I don't have much family here, and they would always help me out with, runs to school, whatever you might need to help. And so I did a photography project where I interviewed my neighbours and asked them about what it meant to be like a good community member and a good community support. And then a year later, I really wanted to carry on that project. And then a year later, the pandemic hits, and I'm like, you know what? This and no pun intended here at all, but I was thinking, this is going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a 5K. I think when we all went into it, we maybe thought that it was going to be like a 2-3 month thing that was going to be happening, but I could see that it was going to be a long time, especially when we started saying that it was going to be 18 months for a vaccine and all of those types of things. So
Right.
I came up with the idea of Voices of Hope. So kind of continuing on the idea from the Neighbours Project, but interviewing just ordinary folks and sharing their voices of hope and trying to make it relevant to the community as well. I think that folks like you and there's so many other inspirational people in the world that speak out, but I think it always is really great to hear from people that you know in the community or people who you can really relate to and have that relatability. So I did a ton of work on it, and then summer happened, didn't quite get around to finishing that off. But in November, I was like, I think now is the time. I think we need a little bit more hope in the world that things are going to get better. So I launched the project live on my website and social media in November. I've done 7 voices so far, including my own. I'm always on the lookout for more. But basically my process is that I'll interview the person or they'll write a message of hope. I record that. I was talking to one of your producers and they were kind of saying, I was talking about, like, why don't I video the people? But I find that as soon as you put people on video, as is happening to me now, that you kind of sometimes lose the words that you want to say. So I've found that just by recording the voices and taking the portraits, it's just been a little bit more authentic, and they've been able to just really give it their all and really speak from the heart. I found it a really engaging experience, and I'm so impressed by everybody that I meet, and I'm just going to see where it goes. And I try and do something scary each time that I was kind of outside of my comfort zone. This is well outside of my comfort zone, but I feel like it's a good message to share, and yeah, I just want to kind of keep going. So the project is called Voices of Hope.
Yeah.
And you can find it on Instagram on voicesofhope.ca. But yeah, that's kind of the rundown.
Yeah. It's great because it's interesting. Where in Britain were you from?
I was from Yorkshire. I grew up in and around the Bingley area.
Right, because it's interesting when people say the word immigrant that's been very demonized by certain sections of the political right, basically. You tend to think of a certain person, but you're an immigrant. You're a British person who is an immigrant because you've gone to Canada. And why was it that you went to Canada in the first place? What?
I'm gonna lay the blame squarely on my husband. He has some aunts and uncles that have lived in Canada since the 60s. So we came out to visit. We like the lifestyle where we like snowboarding, kayaking, being outdoors, and that was a process that took quite a long time. So we moved in 2008, but the process took about 4 years, not 4 hours, 4 years. But we saw Canada as an opportunity to have more space, and really just more of a rural feel, and we definitely have that. So.
And what year was it that you went out there?
2008.
2008, right. Yes, because I lived in Canada for 2 months when I was a 9-year-old. In 1971, I went to Lake Ontario State, just north of Belleville, which is to the east of Toronto, and we lived with a family. It was not long after my mum had died, so me and my brother had a great Canadian summer. And 2 months when you're 9 is a long time, actually, so I can understand the things that attracted you to Canada. Because we were fishing, we were swimming, playing around in big forests, and they said there was skiing in the winter and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, and
it's a beautiful country, and so vast as well. Like it's in some ways we've had. We do have that ability to kind of spread out a little bit more here, and I can definitely relate with the swimming in the lake. I've even been doing that in the winter as well. We've been doing some cold plunges. We've got lots of local lakes around where we live, so yeah.
Well, it's great that you set this up, and you're going to keep it going, and you're going to be going into the future. Yeah, I take it. It's a.
I think so. It's one of those things. Like I think definitely folks like you inspire me. Like I was telling your producer about how I've listened to Believe Me quite a few times. I really enjoy your footnotes on footnotes on footnotes.
Yes.
Those were always really enjoyable, and really inspiring me to just kind of always find that edge and always find the things that I'm passionate about, and just see where it takes me. I hope that this does grow. I hope that I get to interact with people from around the globe and really start to elevate just regular people's voices. Like it doesn't have to be that it's Brene Brown or it doesn't have to be someone who's a large spokesperson to be able to provide hope, and I think we need to have more hope and less fear, because we're being constantly bombarded, and it's not going to get any easier, I don't think, for the next little while. So I love the work that you're doing, the Run for Hope, and all of the charities that you're supporting, and just even that essence of just thinking about how can we be more hopeful, how can we be more positive, and thinking about the good things that are in the world and the good things that people are doing. So I think the work that you're doing is amazing.
Well, thank you so much. That's very nice of you to say too. So I want to say, well done to you. What you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully we can gradually move humanity forwards. Because it's in America, it's having a tough time at the moment. But
yeah, absolutely.
But I just think, well, anyway, it's almost too difficult to talk about Trump, because it's just gone to it was started in a ridiculous place and it's gone even further. So, but that should be open. They're talking about the 25th Amendment, being able to take him out of the situation just for 2 weeks because of the nightmare of him.
Yeah, I think there'll definitely be some celebrations on the 20th. I know that there are lots of folks looking forward to that day.
Yeah. All righty. Thank you, Alison. Good to talk to you. You take care.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good day. All right. Cheers. Right.